Hello Virgo, and welcome to my first sign by sign insights that I'm doing for each lunar cycle. So I've decided to do these in alignment with the movements of the cosmos rather than the Gregorian calendar. So we're going to move from this new moon on the 15th of May in the sign of Taurus to the new moon in Gemini, which will be on the 13th of June. So of course this new moon in Taurus is highly significant because it is happening just a few hours before Uranus changes signs, heading into Taurus for the first time in 84 years. So we will feel the rumblings of change in whichever area of our birth chart that he is moving from and towards. So for you, Virgo, Uranus has been in your 8th house. He's been in Aries, transiting the 8th house for you since 2011. And this is an energy of deep soul liberation. Uranus has wanted to free you from the bondage of conformity, from the bondage of your past, from your psychological fears and weight. Of course, the 8th house is the house of intimacy and sexuality, so you might have felt the need to, unleash your inner wild man or wild woman and really allow yourself to express your sexuality authentically during this period as well. So he's heading into the 9th house in Taurus, which is a house that he can be quite happy in because it's the house of spiritual learning and knowledge. It's the house of expansion of the mind, and this is what Uranus likes to do. He likes to awaken us to new truths. So during the next 7-year cycle, we can see Uranus here helping you to break down and break through old belief systems, old mental conditioning and patterns and structures that are no longer serving you. You might feel like your entire belief system, what you have believed to be true for all of your life, suddenly comes crashing down, and you have to open your mind to new ways of thinking about things, new, deeper truths. Perhaps you have to rework some of your thought patterns around your resources, around your finances, around your own value as a person. Perhaps there needs to be some clearing out of the old to make way for some new, more positive, affirming, self-loving beliefs to enter your consciousness. So at this new moon, you can seed all of your intentions for spiritual growth, for expansion. You can call forward to you the teachers, the wisdom, the insights you need to progress forward towards your pathway of highest destiny. So this can be a really exciting and illuminating transit for you, Virgo. So as we move further into May, we can see that Jupiter and Neptune are coming into harmonious trine alignment, and this is going on from quite early in the month, but it only reaches exact alignment around the 26th, 25th. So Jupiter has been in your 3rd house of communication since October 2017, and he has been asking you to speak and share your deepest, most authentic truths. The 3rd house is related to the throat chakra and how we communicate. It's also related to teaching and writing and speaking. So you may feel like that area of your life has been undergoing some transition and change as Jupiter moves through there, because he is in the sign of Scorpio, the alchemist. So he will be challenging and testing us, as well as offering us blessings and flow. So he's moving through there, and he's coming into alignment with Neptune, who's in your 7th house of relationship. So this could be a really beautiful time for you to speak your truth to those you love. This could be a really beautiful time for you to express your deepest feelings, express your love, and have your love reciprocated and returned if you can be courageous enough to start the conversation. This can really, if you are in a vocation or you're wanting to be in a vocation that involves the Gemini qualities of speaking and teaching and sharing information, perhaps somebody new can enter your life that will support that. If you're seeking love, if you're seeking a partner, you know, being out in social places, being out in gatherings and groups and networks of people could be really beneficial for you, particularly as Venus in Cancer is going to be transiting your 11th house of friendships and groups and sociability. So we have this beautiful energy of connection, of having a beautiful magical healing time with other souls happening for you this month, Virgo. So be aware and allow yourself to put yourself out there. Don't hide away. Allow yourself to go out and mix with other people and be open to the gifts that the cosmos wishes to bestow on you through your soul connections and your soul tribe and your relationships. So that's a really beautiful energy for you to be working with. So we're going to have the full moon in Sagittarius on the 29th of May. You know, this year we are ending nearly all of our months on a full moon, and this one is going to illuminate your 4th house. So the 4th house is to do with home life, to do with family, to do with those things that make us feel safe and warm and comfortable and secure. So if you have been experiencing any imbalance or disharmony in these areas, now is the time for you to speak your truth. The 4th house is where we hold our memories, where we hold our ancestry, the things that get passed down through our genetic lineage, the belief patterns that come down through our family line, through our ancestors. So with this full moon illuminating here, you could really start to see the truth, start to see the mental patterns that you are harboring, or the memories, the pain of the past that you're holding on to, that you're carrying forward into the now, that need to be let go of. You may feel at this time the need to withdraw around this moon, the need to come into yourself and do some internal cleansing. You might be feeling a little bit more sensitive than usual. So we are going to end this lunar cycle with a new moon in Gemini. New moon in Gemini in your 10th house. The sun will have been in this area of your birth chart, illuminating it since the 20th of May, and Mercury, the messenger, your ruling planet, will have been there since the 29th. So although the full moon may call you inward around those few days where its energy reaches its peak, for most of the month, you know, you're going to be very busy with your career and vocation. This can be a time when you are seen for the work that you do, Gemini. This can be a time where you have more energy to network, to connect with those people that can support your business, support you in your career and your life's purpose. So there's a lot of energy in this section for part of this lunar cycle, and the new moon there gives you a chance to set your intentions, to call forward what you wish to create for the future in your career. So powerfully state your intentions that are connected towards your life purpose this month, Gemini, especially if they are, like I say, connected with the sharing and giving and receiving of information. So we've also got Mars in his shadow period throughout this lunar cycle, and he's going to be in Aquarius in your 6th house. So he's going to be asking you to place some of your energy towards self-care, towards looking after yourself and your physical body, towards your own healing, and also towards the day-to-day routines and duties and responsibilities that you have. So working in synchronicity with that 10th house Gemini energy that you have going on. And although Mars isn't officially going retrograde until next month, he is, like I say, in his shadow period, so we can pick up on some of the frequency, some of the lessons that he's going to be really asking us to learn and take notice of during the summer. So you might want to start looking at the structure of your life, of, you know, the structure of those things that are seemingly small and insignificant but actually have a big impact on your health and happiness and well-being, physically, emotionally and psychologically. So quite often when the 6th house is activated, we can fall into some patterns of self-criticism. So it's really important for you, who is the sign of the zodiac that sees the small details and critiques the small things, to be sure that you are practicing a healthy amount of self-love during this period. So I've also picked a card for you for this lunar cycle, Virgo, from the Sacred Oracles deck by Alana Fairchild. And I've been using this deck because Uranus is, of course, the most rebellious energy in our cosmos, and I'm doing these readings on the day that he is shifting signs. So the card that I have picked for you is Conscious Connections, which really links in with that beautiful water trine energy between Neptune, Jupiter and Cancer in those 7th, 3rd and 11th social relationship, communication orientated parts of your chart. So for some of you, there may be relationships that need healing at this time, and you're asked to speak your truth, to share your feelings with compassion and wisdom to bring healing. For others of you, particularly with family members, as that full moon illuminates your 4th house, you may find that there are some connections that you have to move away from at this point in your evolution. Not to say that you won't reconnect in the future, but perhaps there are some family members or some friends that feel like family members that you just need some space from during this period where you are so busy in the outer world as well, focusing on your career. So it's time for you to really review your relationships this month, Virgo. It's time for you to see which connections support you in your life purpose and the person that you wish to become, and which needs to be let go of. So some can be salvaged, others may need to be discarded. But we need to really ensure that we do this in a way that is gentle to ourselves and gentle to the other person as well. So I hope that you found that illuminating, Virgo. Thank you so much for listening to me, and have a blessed lunar cycle.